everybody, and welcome back once again. This is the second episode of my historical battle series for Third Age Total War. And by request, of course, we are doing the Battle of the Dagorlad. And before we start, as usual, I'll give you a little bit of history on what exactly this battle was and where it was fought. It was fought in the area known as, of course, the Dagorlad, which is very close to the Dead Marshes that Frodo and Sam and Gollum would travel through. It would later become part of the Dagorlad where this battle is fought, actually, would later become the Dead Marshes. And this battle was fought between the Last Alliance, that being the Noldor Elves here, under the command of Gil-galad, who you can see here, and Elrond, his squire. And over here we have the Sons of Elendil, the Númenórean faithful, under Elendil himself and Isildur, who will be represented on this battlefield by this unit of dismounted Dunedain knights. And far over here, some of the less known combatants, we've got the Sylvan Elf army commanded by Oropher and Amdir, who are both represented by these Sindar bodyguard units. And far away here on our flank, we have the Longbeards, the folk of Durin, who were also present on this battlefield and contributed greatly to the victory. So, arrayed against us at various points here, we have, I believe this is Harad right here, and the Easterlings will be representing the evil men, and Harad itself would be part of the might of the Black Númenóreans who controlled Umbar, which was part of Harad. And over here we have various orcs and trolls and such, representing the orcs and trolls of Mordor. So, without any further ado, we're just going to set up here, and then we're going to start our battle. And it'll be a big battle, so you have to bear with me. It might get a little choppy, but it should work out just fine. All right, here we go. Let's see who's facing us. Yes, we are facing off against Harad right here. So we're going to move forward, and we're going to take these guys out as quickly as we can. And we're going to come around, and we're going to flank the Mordor forces as they engage with our allies. Let's see. Run, everybody, run! Yeah, they have quite a few archers, so we're gonna have to get in there nice and quick and get into a little shootout. See how our allies are doing. The Easterlings here maneuvering into position. Looks like they're sending possibly some of their horsemen at our flank, and we've got the Númenóreans here. Everybody seems to be going for a big mosh pit right here in the center. And far away over here, yes, the elves of Oropher and Amdir are on the move. And in this particular battle, they resented placing themselves under the command of Gil-galad, who was a Noldor king. And there've been some bad blood between the Sindar and the Noldor in the past. So they resented being under his command. So they brashly charged forward, and Amdir and Oropher were both killed. The Sylvan Elves were quite powerful. Of course, they were elves, but they were comparatively ill-equipped compared to the High Elves. As you can see here, most of their army is light infantry, with the exception of these woodland warriors right here and their Sindar bodyguards. So we're gonna rush over here. It's getting a little choppy, but that's all right. It'll start to clear up a bit as people start to die. So we've got a big clump of their archers here. So we're gonna focus fire on one unit at a time and destroy them as quickly as we can. And of course we have our very powerful Eldar cavalry, so we're going to use them to run over these Hashari right here, who are assassins. Yeah, as you can see, we're exchanging missile fire with this Harad army here. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to bring the fight to them. We're going to come forward and destroy these Muhad tribesmen. Oh. Oh, it looks like these Easterlings here want to pick a fight with the Eldar cavalry. They're flanking us with their missile troops, so we're going to go ahead and run them right over. Yeah, here comes our elves. They'll make pretty quick work of these archers. Yeah, as you can see, they're dying in droves. We're gonna get Gilgalad right in there in the fray because that's where he would want to be, I think. We're gonna send our remaining spearman companies against these guys here and try and flank with our heavy infantry and our heavy cav up here on this hill. And while that's going on, oh look at this Easterling army is going to come against our flank here, so we're going to be in trouble unless our allies come to help us. But it looks like we have an opportunity here to kill their bodyguard, so we're going to send our troops after him, and we're going to go over. Ooh. Yeah, it's getting pretty choppy. There's probably about 13,000 soldiers on the battlefield right now, so yeah, it's going to be a little laggy, but that's all right. So let's see how our allies here have carved through this warg vanguard that got sent against them, and it looks like they've basically left us to fight on our own, and our enemies here swarming against these two orc forces, and looks like they're doing pretty well. Oh yeah, these Alakai trolls here looks like they've engaged kind of the main body of this dwarven force with some sylvan reinforcements. Let's see how things are doing over here. We may have to send Gilgalad over here to hold the line against this Easterling force that's come up here on our flank. I'll redirect the fire of our Eldar a little bit. Looks like we've got some of their heavier troops coming out over here. Or some of their heavier troops, I should say. Okay, now we're gonna flank this line here with our troops who are now in perfect position to do so. Oh, we're gonna send. Guess we'll send our light lancers, or our heavy infantry against these lancers here that want a piece of our Eldar. Looks like they're gonna get to that unit before we can really get off a good charge on them. Well, that's all right, because these guys are no match for our Eldar Winray cavalry. So yeah, let's see here. How's our cav doing against this big force that's been sent against them of infantry and some Variag cavalry? Yeah, this is technically the Noldor Guardians. We're gonna send our commander Gilgalad here right against these guys. But yeah, this is the battle that's depicted at the beginning of the Fellowship of the Ring, but it's not exactly accurate in that Sauron actually wasn't present at that battle. He fought and killed Elendil and Gilgalad at the Siege of Barad-dûr, which took place many years later, about 7 years later. Oh, it looks like there's a big slaughter of a huge number of Dunedain troops here. I think they got run over by this combined force of warg riders and trolls. I think we're doing much better on this side than we are on ours. Yeah. Looks like the orc forces on this side have quite a lot of Black Numenoreans here that have to be dealt with yet, but I think the dwarves and everybody else can, and the Sylvan Elves and about half of the Orner army, I think, is over here as well. Should be alright. Yeah, see, there's the Dunedain. Looks like there's been a pretty big slaughter here. Number of orcs. I don't see too many Dunedain troops. Yeah, the Numenoreans are... Yeah, they're giving these wargs over here the business. Yeah, we're in some trouble here. We're being attacked on at least 3 different sides. Let's see how our cav on this end is doing. Better than our cav on the other side, that's for sure. Well, we're going to send these guys around if we can to hit these guys on this side. Let's reform them up here, up on this hill, and we'll get a nice hill charge down into the backs of this infantry. and then we'll try and roll up their line a little. Yeah, our spearmen companies are suffering quite badly. There's just so much of this Harad infantry here to deal with, which is what I was going for, because the Last Alliance soldiers were quite outnumbered. They were actually very badly outnumbered. But they managed to win the day through their own courage and the quality of their troops. Enemy general. Yeah, it looks like the 2 Mordor generals have gone down. I chose captains to represent them, just because there isn't too much said about who was leading the orc forces at this battle. And the Nazgul, I don't believe actually existed, because this is shortly after the creation of the ring, so... Yeah, how are these guys doing here? Looks like we've taken a nice bite out of these Serpent Guard here. As you can see, there's quite a lot of Haradrim left, but there's also quite a lot of dead bodies. Pull these guys out of here. Reform them for a charge up on this hill. Yeah, it's starting to get a little smoother now that I think about half of our enemies have been killed. Yeah, a lot of these guys are going to come against us. Looks like more reinforcing our units from the Orcs of Gundabad are coming over here, and they're going to smash into our flank, our very battered flank. We'll run these guys straight down. Let's get a nice little... Yeah, let's get a close-up view here. These orcs being slaughtered as they deserve. Yeah, there's a little troll man in there. Look at him. Trollololololin. This company here. I'm going to send them against them. Just because, why not? These brave Eldarinwe, excuse me very much, Lancers are going to take on this huge orc unit here. Yeah, our flank it's starting to collapse. There's just far too many foes for us to handle without any kind of reinforcements. Where's Gilgalad here? It's like they've sent all kinds of different units against him, and they're holding their ground quite nicely. Let's see if we can expect any reinforcements over here from this western flank. Yep, looks like help is on the way. These orcs have been reduced to basically a shadow of their former strength, and I think our enemies are over here going to come in. Yeah, take this large mass of enemy forces that came against our flank from behind and smash them and destroy them utterly. As you can see, casualties on both sides are quite high. We've taken almost 40% casualties. But so far it's been a pretty epic battle. I'm actually satisfied with how this is working out. What do we got here? I'm gonna send these guys in to help out their lord. Where are these guys? I'll send them up here to dislodge these light Easterling troops. How do things go on this flank? Looks like we've broken through their lines and we're smashing them ever so slowly. I don't know how much longer these cavalrymen, these very bloody cavalrymen, they've been fighting for quite a while, are gonna last, but we basically need them to keep all these forces over here busy so they don't reinforce these guys. Our Lord Gilgalad here has been completely surrounded. His unit's at about half strength, but looks like he's gotten some reinforcements in the form of those Eldar archers. What do we have over here? Yeah, these clan warriors fighting our cavalry, who are basically fighting a holding action until to prevent our forces over here from being completely overwhelmed until reinforcements can come from over here. As you can see, there's been just complete devastation. These victorious Alliance troops are... Oof. Isildur's unit right there. These victorious Alliance troops are coming to reinforce us. Shooting these guys from behind. This troll here just chilling with everybody. It's like, yeah, we cool, we cool. I'm down with the dwarves and these little people and these men. Let's see. Let's see, these Sindar archer bodyguards are still relatively intact, which is contrary to the history because Orifer and Amdir were both killed. Orifer, I believe, was the father of Thranduil, who is Legolas's father. Yeah, these elite Sylvan Elf warriors are basically getting rid of the last few obstacles in their way, so that they can come and help us. Yeah, we've lost some of our most of our cavalry. They've all suffered quite badly. Looks like this mosh pit here has come out in our favor. There's a couple of units of archers in there, as well as Dagorlad and his soldiers. Alright, let's see what we got over here. These soldiers are gonna send them up there to get rid of them. No, these guys they're basically a lost cause, because if I send them over here to reinforce these guys, they're just gonna end up being shot in the back. So at least if we kill these guys, then we're gonna have a hill advantage. What do we have here? Oh, clan warriors. All of our troops are... Yeah, our army has suffered quite badly. We've taken pretty heavy casualties. Where are these guys right now? Chase these guys off this hill towards this border right here, and then they won't have anywhere to run, so we can run them down and destroy them. But yeah, we've been completely overrun. What I'm gonna have to do now is rally what troops I have together, basically around Dagorlad, and we'll try and save our lord here. As you can see, it's been a very bloody battle. Finally, our friends have caught up, and they're going to come and save us, which is kind of the opposite of what happened, as the Sylvan Elves are coming to the rescue of the Noldor, when in the actual Battle of the Dagorlad, it was the other way around. Yeah, we've got some Dunedain here that are crashing into the backs of our foes here. Looks like victory is going to be ours, but at a very, very, very heavy cost. Isildur himself has come to rescue the High King of the Noldor. This has been a pretty awesome battle so far. I gotta say, it started out pretty choppy just because there's just so many soldiers, but yeah, it didn't turn out too badly. Look at this. These elite dwarven heavy infantry. Barely even a scratch on them, and they've been in the fight for quite some time. Yeah, looks like the enemy has the same idea too. They're gonna come and try and reinforce the Mordor forces that are already over here, but there's not gonna be anybody for them to help. As you can see here, Dagorlad and his loyal retinue, as well as his reinforcements, have basically made this hill of dead orcs and trolls and evil men around them. I think that was the last enemy general has fallen. These troll men here. I think, yeah, the largest amount of... Oh yeah. So, yeah, see, we caught them. And give them the business now. Teach them to shoot us in the back. What do we got here? Uh-oh. Those aren't armed reinforcements. That's not good. Where are these guys? We'll send them over here. Yeah, as you can see, they caught up with these South-run archers, and they told them what they thought of them. Yeah, we've got these units of light archers pinned on this corner here, but so they've got a unit of Easterling soldiers coming up here. They have armor piercing, so they're going to be pretty terrible foes for our depleted and very tired units to fight. Just look at this carnage. Our high elves definitely gave as good as they got. They took on sort of the cream of the Harad infantry, and they just wore them right down, and they're still fighting. Look at that. Nice close-up shot here. These Harad trollmen, tribesmen, who are now routing. Yeah, this combined force of elves and men and dwarves are bringing down the hammer on what remains of these evil forces. Oh dear. Get over there. Fight! What about these guys here? I'm going to send them up here to dislodge these Loknar Rim units, who are elite Easterling archer units. Oh, there we go. The final enemy general has been run down. We're going to send Gilgalad here. We're going to take them out of spear wall formation, and we're going to send them against these orc marauders and yeah, whoever they can get their hands on, because they're out for blood, as you can see. As you can see, our Eldar army was almost completely destroyed, but we did take on basically 75% of the evil forces on our own. And we managed to stand. We're definitely been left on our knees, but we're still in the fight. Send these guys over here, chase down these cowardly goblin trackers. As you can see, our Eldar Inway archers are already in there, telling them what they think of them. Oh, that guy just got stabbed in the face! Oh, take that. See, he's pissed. Look at him go. Who are these guys? The Muhad tribesmen. They're basically Harad skirmishers. These Loknar Rim. Yeah, we're chasing them right off the battlefield. We're going to run them to the edge here and run them down and destroy them utterly. Because that's what they deserve. This very battered Eldar spearman unit. Still in the fight though, has routed this cowardly goblin infantry unit. We're going to send these archers over here to reinforce these pursuing troops. Who looks like they are wavering. But still taking pot shots at these distracted Eldar archers. Well, we're going to show them what we think of that when our guys get over here. As you can see, yeah, just bloody right here. There was a large cav battle that went on in here. I believe, yeah, there's some of our Mithlon nobles, and oh yeah, right over here. Battle between these assassins and our Eldar cavalry. What we got here? Yeah, Gilgalad. Gilgalad is pissed. Our Eldar cavalry here they held the line until they were completely destroyed. And yeah, after this battle, the enemy forces here basically represent the largest part of Sauron's armed might at the time. Most of them were basically destroyed in this battle, and afterwards there was just the siege of Barad-dûr and Sauron himself to deal with, and we all know what happened there. And we're gonna run these goblin trackers right off the field. You can see there's just a carpet of bodies of all different races and factions. But yeah, this battle basically saw the end of most of Sauron's armed might at the time. And yeah, there was a siege of Barad-dûr afterwards, in which Sauron himself fought in and was destroyed, as well as Gilgalad, Elendil, and his son Anarion, who were all killed. Yeah, we've destroyed 87% of the enemy forces here, and we're still lost about half of our allied forces. But yeah, we're still in sufficient numbers to lay siege to Barad-dûr. Yeah, all you can see is just routing enemy units all over the place, being pursued to the death by these angry little dwarves here with their pickaxes, as well as these very tired Dunedain warriors. They're all being pursued all the way up here to this, to this border. How are these guys doing? Let's speed it up a little bit because we can. Oh, maybe not that fast. Yeah, but as you can see, the carnage was just massive. Probably one of the biggest battles I've ever done on my computer. I had to fiddle with the settings a little bit to to actually get it to work, but I think it turned out reasonably well. Yeah, this Ward cavalry here. They're very powerful on the charge, but once they're stuck in combat, they die pretty quickly. Or if they have to fight other heavy cav, like these Dunedain Knights right here, who probably ran these guys right over. But they're very good at, they have armor piercing, so they're very good at wearing down heavy infantry before your main attack force gets there. Let's see how the dwarves did over here. Pretty well. That big, you may remember from earlier in the video, there's that big massive black Numenorian warriors. It looks like they were surrounded and destroyed. The dwarves definitely stood their ground here against some of the best that Mordor could throw at them. These Olokai and these black Numenorian swordsmen. And these Sylvan elf reinforcements, it looks like they were killed pretty much to the last elf. And this big hill of slaughter right here. And these orcs didn't do very well against the dwarven warriors. The dwarves are basically the one faction that, as an elf player, I'm really terrified to fight against, because they're just so good at what they do, being little unstoppable hairy balls of death. What are we doing here? We're gonna chase these guys forever, aren't we? Let's see here. Just dismounted Variags. If only we had some cav, we could run them down, but I think basically the only thing left to any of the alliance fighters are their infantry and their archers, because I don't see the Dunedain cav around anywhere. Wonder what happened to all of them, because they had 3 units of like heavy cav. I haven't seen that many Dunedain Knight bodies all over the place, but yeah, there's some. Maybe wargs happened to them. It seems like this is where the main kind of retreating body is. Let's see what's going on over here. Yeah, these South Rhine archers have been run off the field. Very few of them are going to make it back to Harad to tell the tale of these terrifying elves that took on 3 armies. Yeah, it looks like most of the survivors are going to be running out this way. Being pursued to the death here by these guards of Khazad-dûm. Who are really terrifying looking. It's just beautiful models, even on the low settings I have them on. These angry Dunedain. Oh yeah, it's been quite brutal. Almost total casualties on the enemy side. They've taken 98% casualties, as you can see there, and we've been bloodied, but aside from the High Elf army, we're more or less still combat ready. our Eldar Windway archers and these Loknar Rim are still playing tag. Not sure when that's ever going to end. Let's see here. Yeah, our soldiers are pretty spread out all over the place. I don't know. It looks like some of them got caught. Who are these guys? Who are they chasing? I guess they're probably chasing these guys here. They're not doing a very good job of it. What do we got? Yeah, here's Lord Isildur and his retinue. Isildur, Elendil, and Anarion. Sort of the holy trinity of Dunedain royalty. And Dragon Slayers. These hammers of Gundabad.
The battle is very much in our favor. Victory will be ours.
Yeah, at this point it's just mopping up and waiting for people to get to the edge of the map, which is quite large. Oh yeah, here's Lord Gilgalad, who's... Yeah, he was tired of taking crap from these orcs, so he's gonna kill as many of them as he can. Go! Localarium. Who are these guys? Ah, they're the armor-piercing ones. Very deadly Easterling troops that have been reduced to little whining babies. Get him, Lord Gilgalad! Let's see. Looks like Gilgalad is alive, but perhaps Elrond has been left in a very bad state somewhere on the battlefield. No, there's no way we're going to find him.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
But yes, I chose this particular unit because they're all spear wielders, and Gilgalad was famous for his spear. It was, I believe it was called Snow Point or something. It was Aeglos in, or Aeglos in what I presume would be Quenya. Yeah, it's 98% of their soldiers. I won't make you watch any more of this, just like running down these scattered remnants. So I think that'll do. Let's see what how well we did here. Yeah, we only had about 242 men remaining in our elf army, and the Dunedain of Elendil seem to have suffered almost as badly. Strangely enough, the Sylvan Elves, well, they lost about half their force, which is true. They did lose about half that in this battle, and the dwarves came out of this pretty much on top. And the rest of them had several thousand troops, probably 5,000-6,000, and they were left. Their armies were basically left in shambles. So that'll be the Battle of the Dagorlad, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I look forward to seeing you guys again in the next episode of this historical battle series. And also keep an eye out for episode 5 of my Elves of Valyrian Let's Play, which will be coming out quite soon. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and goodbye.